You know, every once in a while, I catch myself watching a shockumentary. I don't know why, but I do. Now, while I'm in the process of writing something very special, I figured I would do another collection video. And in this video, I will be showing off my entire shockumentary DVD and VHS collection. I have some rare ones in here, so I'd like to show them off. Okay, so I pulled everything out and we are just going to go through these one by one. So to start off, I have the infamous Savage Man, Savage Beast. This is a pretty weird one. This one pushes a lot of boundaries. This one is strictly about stuff like hunting and everything like that. There's this weird ass scene where this like hippie is like breastfeeding a goat. This is a fucking weird one, but this is genuinely like one of the old classic shockumentary films that deserve at least one watch. And of course we have probably the most infamous ones, the Faces of Death collection. I bought this used, as you can tell, but this is a pretty rare set nowadays. A lot of people don't own this, you know, but they have the first film on here, which does include the Fact or Fiction documentary, and we also have Faces of Death 2, which includes the worst of Faces of Death, which is really just like the goriest moments from the series, the abysmal Faces of Death 3, which I plan to do a review on soon, and then Faces of Death 4. So it has those. I'll keep that over there, I forgot. Here's the original Faces of Death. This is the 1999 Gorgon video DVD. I don't see a lot of people own this, which is kind of sad. This is a pretty interesting DVD. It's got quite a bit of special features and everything. Of course, the Fact or Fiction documentary is like the biggest special feature it has, but Faces of Death 2 and the worst of Faces of Death. To my knowledge, this is the one in the series with the most real footage, I believe. The first one is mostly staged. This one is staged all the high hill. Faces of Death 3. This is just shitty movie. I do not like this movie. I own quite a couple copies of it though, and you'll see that in a second. Here's Faces of Death 4, which is the first sequel I watched. The very first film was the first shockumentary I watched, but Faces of Death 4 was the first sequel of the Faces of Death movies I watched. I watched the sequels out of order, I don't know why. Faces of Death Volume 3, this is, I believe this came from a box set, but this is, I don't see a lot of people own these, so I picked this up. But yeah, sadly, this is just another copy of Faces of Death 3. Then I have, these are pretty rare, these are pretty hard to find. This is the only one I have, sadly. Brain Damage Films, who did the Traces of Death films, did these. The Faces with a Z of Death 2000, this is Volume 3. Unrated. These are just, there's no narration in these or anything. These are really just gore and super loud music, which is basically what the Brain Damage Films shockumentaries are. Speaking of Brain Damage Films, this is the Traces of Death Complete Collection. This is a bootleg. These are hard to find nowadays, but that's so far the cheapest way I found to watch them. And then I do have this VHS tape of Traces of Death 3, Dead and Buried. I keep it in this. This is a pretty rare tape. It's not in like tip-top shape, but it's, you know, these are super rare. Anything Traces of Death nowadays is kind of rare, but yeah, you guys, I know that wasn't a lot, but that is my entire shockumentary collection. Thank you guys for watching, and more videos coming soon.